Before my mother took this photo, I said, hold up. I took off my graduation cap, placed it on my younger brother's head, big beautiful smile spread over his face, and proudly my mother looked at him and said, "You are next." But it was not to be, for in this land of opportunity, one of 2 college students will drop out. Because half of America's college students drop out, universities will lose $17 billion in tuition this year. Let's look in our backyard. If we look at Kent State, we see about half of their students drop out. But what does that mean? 40,000 students enrolled today. Those who drop out will take away $191 million in tuition. And you might ask, well, why can't we recover that revenue by bringing more students in the door? Well, it turns out that recruitment is expensive, and for the last 3 years, student enrollment in college has been declining nationally. So colleges must keep the students that they already have. Colleges have significant retention budgets. You'll notice that they spend $100,000 on attendance, because attendance is the earliest indicator that a student is likely to drop out. FletchApp.com. Check out our white paper. You'll find that if a student is absent even one day in the first 2 weeks of class, it foretells academic doom. If a student attends less than 70% of credit hours, they have a 2 in 3 chance of not completing or passing that class. The attendance problem in higher education is urgent with 3 parts. Number 1, colleges are losing $17 billion in tuition. Federal financial aid is giving fines to colleges for not having attendance records. And lastly, those students who drop out, they will earn $1 million less over a lifetime of hard work. That is why we created Fletch, an effortless technology that takes student attendance without anyone lifting a finger. Why? Because showing up is half the battle. We've been able to grow student retention by 4 percentage points. The question is, 4%. What does 4% do? If you look at Kent State, 4% means that 1,600 students will persist in earning their degree. 4% means an additional $16 million in revenue every single year. We leave a Bluetooth device in the classroom. Leave it there for 2 years, requires absolutely no maintenance. As students walk in, it automatically detects the presence of their mobile device, thereby taking effortless attendance. And we do not track you. Whereas many technologies will use GPS, Fletch was created around student privacy. The records are instantly available online in real time. But colleges don't need to actually log in, because if a student has a pattern of absenteeism, an email will go to their advisor and say, here are the students you should focus on right now. And this is critically important because a single advisor may be responsible for up to 600 students. Fletch does the critical work of revealing which students need immediate support. In one such case, an advisor called a student. Hey, Melissa, how are things going? She said, things are going well, but I don't have childcare, so I can't go to class. The advisor says, did you know that your student fees are paying for free on-campus childcare that you can take advantage of immediately at no cost? Fletch is about enabling colleges to be timely in connecting students with the right support services. Fletch is a unified communications hub where all departments at a college can reach the student in one single place, and students can engage with their peers in a safe environment. And you might ask yourself, well, what might stop a student from taking out their cell phone, handing it to their buddy, and saying, hey, you go to class, check us both in? In this generation, 77% of them have nomophobia. That is a fear of being without your mobile phone for just 1 hour. I know. Mobile is where this generation lives. We just happen to be the most affordable solution on the market, but by design, we're the only technology that is effortless, which means that a college administrator never has to log into Fletch. They don't even have to learn how to use Fletch, and it'll still be effective. But as I showed you in that previous budget, our competitor is not technological. Our competition is actually calling roll and also guessing. We know colleges are guessing because Missouri State received $1 million fine. They had to return Title IV federal financial aid funds because they didn't have attendance records. Just $9 per student per term for a technology that helps them retain students and also makes them compliant with federal financial aid requirements. I am Marquett Burton. I grew up in poverty, not knowing America to be a land of opportunity. But when I graduated from Berkeley, I walked across that graduation stage and straight into the land of opportunity. My degree gave me access. From then on, my life's work began, and it was about making sure students can get into university. I became a teacher in Baltimore and sent many students in a university. But so many of them dropped out with debt and broken dreams. And that's why I decided to start Fletch. I invite all of you to do something, whether it's introducing us to a college professor, introducing us to a college leader, an administrator, or making an investment. That is how you can join our cause of ensuring that all of America's students are supported in earning a university degree so that they may pursue their dreams in this land of opportunity. Thank you.